We've taken soils for granted for so long. If we don't put some effort into caring for soil, we will not be in a good place in a number of years.
What we have here is an infrastructure of lysimeters located at the Elora research station. It's a unique infrastructure in that it's the only one of its type in North America.
Lysimeters are used to study water and nutrient balances.
And it's a big stainless steel can of undisturbed soil. We take this big stainless steel cylinder and slowly drive it into the ground.
We have what's called a weighing lysimeter. These cores, they weigh 3 tons and they sit on 3 load cells.
That helps us to measure how much water is taken in by the soil, whether it be by irrigation or rainfall, and how much water is lost from the soil by plant uptake, evaporation, or even drainage. We have 18 lysimeters here, 9 of them of a local soil and 9 of a sandier soil. The idea of having these 2 different soil types is to be able to study different crop rotations on 2 different soil types in the exact same environment.
So there are a number of sensors at various depths: soil water content, soil temperature, carbon dioxide, so greenhouse gas concentrations within the profile, greenhouse gas emissions, so what leaves the soil.
We also have a weather station that's measuring temperature, humidity, wind direction, and speed at the same rate at 10 hertz. So we get approximately 1.86 million data points out of the lysimeter infrastructure every day.
There are areas where soil is quite degraded. We're seeing this in Canada. We look through the fields and we can say, well, there's nothing wrong here, things are fine. But over time, that small loss that happens every year, to get that back, it takes hundreds of years.
We plant a 4-species cover crop. That cover crop stays until the following spring. The idea of having that is that we're always trying to fight erosion.
We had an amazing 70% reduction in the loss of nutrients through the bottom of the root zone. The cover crops picked up nutrients that were in the soil and ready to be lost, and then those nutrients can be available for the following crop as opposed to be leached into the groundwater. Soils are a large source of greenhouse gas emissions, nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide, methane. These are all gases that are produced by microorganisms within the soil and emitted. Better management can mitigate those emissions.
At the end of the day, everybody eats. Everybody has to eat. That food has to come from somewhere, and the majority of that food comes from the land.
Many people sit around a dinner table enjoying their food and drink. They would never think about soils. But really, if it weren't for good soils, they wouldn't be able to enjoy those things.
We have to protect that soil. We have to protect it from all these things that can make that land less productive. And the research we're doing here is just one part of that big picture so that we can hand them down from generation to generation and still be able to feed an ever-growing population.